Okay, everybody. Thank you for showing up. This is the Community Redevelopment Agency regular meeting, Tuesday, May 23rd, 2023 at 6 p.m. Clerk Riera, could we please have the roll call?
Yes, Mayor. Chair Ryan,
Here.
Vice Chair Llewellyn,
Here.
Board Member Davis,
Here.
Board Member James,
Here.
Board Member Salvino,
Here.
Executive Director Chen,
Here.
City Attorney Bootsas. Here. Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Clerk. All right, we don't have any citizens' comments. If anybody would like to speak, please speak now. Administrative reports, we start with you, Mr. Chen.
Thank you, and I need to start with this, Chair, Vice Chair, and board members. Thank you so much for your support and well wishes during my absence. It meant a lot to me. Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you. I start off with our innovation ecosystem. Now that I'm back, I will be organizing the introduction meetings to our incubator advisory board members. I actually have 2 new members that are prospects that we're looking at that will be great additions to our business group as well as to the board. During my absence, our business attraction manager has been busy combing the city, visiting businesses on his Bravo mission. The Celeste Seaside, which is basically diagonally across from us at the northeast corner of Federal Highway and Dania Beach Boulevard. The Celeste is now leasing. They have managed to lease 74 of the 340 units to date. Their rents range from $2,035 for a studio unit to $3,588 for a 3-bedroom unit. They are offering a 1-month incentive for an annual lease. The apartments feature sleek and modern kitchen with quartz countertops, floor-to-ceiling windows, luxury ceramic tiles, and oversized closet. An important part to this is the Celeste is a pet-friendly community that allows as many as 2 pets per unit with a combined weight not to exceed 85 pounds. And to go hand in glove with that, they have an on-site bark park and pet washing station. There is a grand opening scheduled. It should be on all of your calendars by now. It will be on June 15th at 6 p.m. The Avery 2, which is in Dania Point, the Myers Group reports that the new building will have 336 rental apartments and will start leasing in September of 2023. The Dollar General store at 120 South Federal Highway. The general manager, Keith, expects that everyone knows the location of his store. They've been there for so long. The bargain retail chain sells a range of household goods, groceries, and beauty products, and they are currently hiring, looking for new positions. The Oasis Point residence at 150 South Bryan Road. Developer Aussie Symbol reports that his building is 98% leased. There are just a few 1, 2, and 3-bedroom units left for rent. The Sherwin-Williams store at 19 North Federal Highway. Assistant Manager Sheldon McNeil talks that they have been in their current location for 18 years. Sherwin-Williams is an old-time business, and their motto, "Cover the Earth," is 150 years old, having started in Cleveland, Ohio. In addition to their paints and painting supplies, they also have a job board for painters for both residential and commercial work, and that store provides shipping service to the Caribbean and Central America. I'm going to take a stab at pronouncing this. Retriatus at 27 North Federal Highway. They've been in business for just over a year. It's a specialty store that buys, sells, and trades all kind of pop culture memorabilia from the 60s, 70s, and 80s with a variety of vinyl records, VHS tapes, vintage toys, comic books, t-shirts, and video games. It is a cool environment just to go and hang out. The Dania Beach Novelty and Gift Shop, 105 South Federal Highway, is a full-service salon for men and women, open 7 days a week. They have eyelash extensions, manicures, pedicures, nail arts, waxing, and facials, plus haircuts for both men and women. At the time of his visit, the shop was very busy and the parking lot was full of cars waiting to park. Gift certificates are available and they sell spa products and supplies as well. Liberty Tax Service, excuse me, 105 South Federal Highway. Liberty offers tax planning, income tax preparation, and basic bookkeeping for small businesses. They do have a referral program, so if you got friends or businesses that could use some extra help, they will pay $50 for that referral. Liberty can also help with debt reduction, debt planning, tax debt resolutions with the IRS, and appointments can be made. Big Apple Style Barbershop, another 105 South Federal Highway. On Saturday mornings, the place is packed with people waiting for haircuts. Regular haircut is only $18 with a full list of options such as deluxe shaves and beard trims. At the time of the visit, every chair was full with 6 or 7 customers waiting. On Yelp, they mostly receive 5-star reviews. They were known for great service and extremely satisfied customers. The Seaview 1, 601 East Dania Beach Boulevard is the newest offering from J. Milton and Associates. They are planning to start leasing on June 1, so this is right around the corner. Move-in incentive of 2 months free rent on an 18-month lease are being offered. Their rents will range from basically $1,900 to $2,200 a month for studio units, $2,600 to $2,700 a month for 1-bedroom, 1-bath units, $3,000 to $3,400 a month for 2-bedroom, 2-baths, and $38,000 to $5,000 a month for 3-bedroom and 2-bath units. It is a building with a variety of floor plans, and supposedly everyone can find someone to suit their taste there. In my absence, we had originally scheduled a budget workshop for the month of May. Unfortunately, I wasn't here to provide the information we need to discuss. However, I will work with Maxine. We have already started discussion. We will look to find a date, hopefully in the 3rd or 4th week of June, to where we can schedule a budget workshop with you at that time. We want to make sure you have an opportunity for input and discussion on our 2024 budget. The patch continues to get volunteers, and in fact, this past month, the volunteers were particularly important. They had volunteers from United Services Automobile Association, which is a financial services group that provides both insurance and financing for subsidiaries and people who served in the United States Armed Forces. But they were particularly helpful because during the heavy rains of the past few weeks, the patch was pretty severely flooded, and these volunteers helped clean up and restore some of the drainage systems on the patch to where it becomes again functional and growable. The patch still welcomes people. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 11, and they continue to take online sales. There are some pictures of the United Services Automobile volunteers with the admin report, and that concludes my report.
Okay, thank you very much, Director Chen.
Thank you.
Okay, we have no presentations, and we have the consent agenda to approve the minutes for April 25, 2023 board meeting. Commissioner James?
Yes, I make a motion to approve the consent agenda 5.1.
Okay, I have approval.
too.
Second from Vice Mayor Llewellyn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, it's passed. Okay, commissioners, any discussion? I'd like to bring up something, an item. I met with, I had a Zoom meeting with Habitat for Humanity. Me and Commissioner Davis met with them, like 3 weeks ago? And, you know, it's a great program, Habitat for Humanity. I got to learn about it a little more. And I think the CRA, we might have some properties that we own. It could be worth looking at for Habitat for Humanity. So I would just like to just prepare a list that we could present to Habitat for Humanity and, you know, potentially go there. I know that they said they spoke with you also, right?
I have spoken with them, I've met with them several times.
Yes.
And I have provided them with a list of some properties that they have an interest in.
Okay, perfect. But it's just good that we all discuss this, you know, in a public forum.
It is.
All right, that's wonderful, and I think it's a good option we have for some of those lots. Commissioner Davis?
No, I just wanted to reiterate, Michael and I met with them on a couple of different occasions, and I think they're looking at a townhouse property that was available, and so we've had a couple of discussions around that. I know when Michael was out, they were waiting for him to get back, so I let them know that he was on the way back, and so those conversations can continue.
Wonderful. Commissioner James?
Yes, thank you. I was also inquiring about if they only did single-family homes, so I'm glad to hear that they also do. They also can provide townhomes. I love Habitat for Humanity homes. It makes you put some skin in the game, you know, to work for your own property as well. I know that everyone is that's not a best fit for everyone because of different scheduling, but I do think that that could be valuable to some of our properties. Were we considering the properties on the one right by True Leaf? I can never, is that Pippin Waiters or is that, yeah, is that Pippin Waiters? Where we had like 5 properties right there, but they were very narrow, and we said that the only thing that could possibly work is something where they shared walls, and I think we were acquiring that other property that was non-buildable to be able to make everything one.
Excuse me. Actually, I can give you an update on that because that is a very important piece of property. It has the potential of being the largest piece of property owned by the CRA.
Okay.
So the way it exists today, the CRA, that site is divided into 7 properties, each of them being 20 feet wide, which basically is unbuildable on its own. The CRA owns 5 of them. We own 4 properties that are side by side adjacent to each other, so it actually creates a buildable site of approximately 80 feet by 100 and 105 feet deep. So it's a buildable site. Then there is a third-party ownership site, and then we own the piece that is next to that. So there's a piece of property that is separating us from owning actually 6 parcels adjacent to each other. We have been working with our outside attorneys. That missing piece, actually the ownership seems to have disappeared. And for the last, I think, 5 years, that property has been supported by doing tax sales for the property taxes. We have advised our attorneys to try to secure the tax certificates and for us to give us the opening to actually acquire the site through the tax certificates. So that's
Okay.
where we're working on.
Okay, and then with that, I know that you're saying that they're 20 feet wide, but isn't it a possibility that instead of maybe having, I don't know, 6 properties or 6 lots, you can have 4? That really makes more sense to have an adequate amount of space so that it's not very narrow piece of land instead of, I mean, can't we replat it if we own it? Can't we replat it and do what we want to do to the property to make it make sense?
We could, the idea we thought was the more land we had, the more units we could put on there. And so we were just trying to complete the circle and find out if we could get this last parcel.
Right. Like, okay, put as many units on there, but that it's comfortable as well, right?
Exactly.
Not when you can touch both walls with your hand sitting in the bed
Understood
type of thing.
completely.
So if we had to quote unquote lose a
Yes.
unit so that it could be a little more comfortable. And if if it could be a habitat project, that would be
The
incredible.
reality is that we couldn't put a unit on a parcel because 20 by whatever is just way too small. So
Right.
we would have to unify them in a plat and do it, but we were hoping to have all 6 parcels.
Right,
to
right,
be
no,
able to do it
yeah,
properly.
that's absolutely the plan. That's why I was asking what was the plan with that, because I would love to secure that land and get something going on with that. And then and lastly, with some of the projects in community development that turn in some of their rack units, I've also requested that we hold some of those so we can do some projects, because we have the other 2 about a Smith store that are waiting. But, we've had some rack units returned and we didn't even know that they were returned. And that's how we have some other developments that are going on. But I have asked if that was okay with community development to possibly let us know and hold some so we can do some projects in the CRA, because we have been at a standstill. Thank you.
That's great news. I'll follow up with them to find out what the prospects are for that.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner James. Commissioner Davis?
Yeah, just one little fun fact or tidbit with Habitat for Humanity is that the Habitat for Humanity Broward, their first home was built in Dania Beach over 40 years ago. And since we are coming up on our 120th, if we can kind of get that going and have something special and add that to our 120, I thought that would be a great idea to include them in the celebration and start planning that from now. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Davis. Vice Mayor?
Yes, I just wanted to clarify, Eve or Michael, I'm not sure which, that those properties on Pippin Waiters, the one that we can't really do anything with at all because it's not ours, that's in the middle, right? Okay.
4
well,
together
lots and
and
then
then,
For them, then that one, and then one additional one that you can't do anything on. Right, okay, so it would still, even if you were to put the 4 together, then the other 2 are just gonna be,
It doesn't make
Useless.
sense. Yeah. We got to get that piece of
it would be
got it.
tight. So the idea is to be, if we had all the land, we could do more.
right, agreed. Okay, thank you.
All right, anything else for the CRA meeting? Any more comments? That was definitely a good one. I appreciate your guys' input on that. All right, that's it. Meeting adjourned.
Let me know who you're dealing with and I'll get on their tushes. Sorry.
Bud?
City manager, how are you? Wonderful.
I'm sorry.